Hello, you're welcome back to my channel. So I made a promise to use this pattern to make a lot of style, and that's what I am trying to fulfill. So I have a tutorial on how to make a dartless pencil gown. Okay, that's where we got this pattern. So I'll leave the link in the description box below. So for the style I'm making, I'll need to cut the front panel into two at the half length there, but I'll go down with about 1 inch just to give it a balance, and then I'll connect it to meet the half length at the side there. So I'm cutting this out, and then I'll be working on the front panel later. Okay, so I'll set this aside, and for the back panel I'm just gonna cut it just the way it is. Okay, now notice that the length there is a bit lesser than the the pattern, and because it's stretchy on the width, okay, I decided to make it on the width than to cut it on length. So I'll cut exactly what I have there, and for the front panel, the upper part, I'm making a slash and spread method using this slash that I've made. So the skirt now, the skirt part, that's the down part of the front panel, I'm just cutting it exactly what I have. Remember, this is a dartless pencil gown, so the front panel didn't have the full hip circumference. So cutting that out and marking out the wrong part of the fabric, I'll get the notch on the waist and the hem, open it up, okay, and then from the right side there, from the hip line, I'm sorry my camera didn't capture this part, so from the hip line there, I'm gonna just make a curve. Okay, so if your hand is not straight, you can use a ruler. So I noticed that it might not come out very well, so I'm using about 2 inches after the midpoint on the hem there. But if you want it a bit revealing, you can make it 2 inches or more behind that midpoint. Okay, so this client didn't want it to be revealing, that's why I'm making it 2 inches after the midpoint. So I'm going to cut this out, and the shape I have, I will make it double. Now I want to appreciate all my subscribers that have been here. Thank you so much. And for my newbies, I love you all. Do well to subscribe, comment, and like my videos. Share them. Someone might need this. Okay, so I'm done with the skirt part. I've cut double of it, and then I will use bias to turn the edges. Okay, so for the slash and spread method, so I won't be confused, I've numbered them, and this is some random line that I just got just to give me some head. Okay, that I will have space above to connect my neckline. For the spacing, I made it about 1 inch, and then I'm gonna mark out all of this spacing both on the neckline and the down part of it, that's the half length. Okay, this I will make notches on all of them, so it will help me to make the pleats, okay, on the upper part. So I'm cutting this out now, following the shape that I have here, and then I'm marking the same thing, the spacing on the hem there. So I'll get the midpoint, I'm notching all of them, all of those spacing, so that when I open it up, it will help me, to make the pleatings. And this is it when it's opened up. So I will just pleat it, the first notch to the next notch, then the next notch will lie on the next notch, and that's how it will go. So when I get to the middle, it will be in opposite direction. Now this is facing the left side, but when I get to the middle, the other part will start facing the right side. Okay, hope you understand. So I'll do the same thing on the neckline to notch on notch, the next notch on the next notch until the midpoint, and then they will start facing the opposite direction. So when I'm done with this, I will sew it down, okay, both on the hem and the neckline. I will sew it down, and then I'll attach it to the down part. So this is the down part of the front bodice, and I've used bias to turn it. Okay, so for the midpoint, I had to notch the midpoint of the two, the two pieces. That's where they meet, and then I'll just sew it down. Okay, and then I'll bring in the upper part that I've already pleated, and look at the pleatings here. Okay, so I'll then attach this part to this skirt part using the midpoint and attach it. So when I'm done with that, I'll be in the back panel that I've already installed the zipper, and then I'll join it at the shoulder using 1/2 inch and take out my seam allowance. So now we move over to the sleeves, and the sleeve on the thumbnail is long sleeve, but I'm going to work with the fabric that I have left. And I have the width of it to be 22 inches on fold, and the length of it is about 18 inches. So I'm going to fold it again, so that makes it 4 pieces, you know, that makes it um, unfold 2 times. So when I'm done folding it like that, I'll get the start point and measure down about 4 inches. That will be for my arm cuff. Now I have a full tutorial on how to draft a sleeve, a basic sleeve. So I'm going to leave that in the description box below, because that's what I'll be using to, to cut the sleeve. So on the bicep line there, I'm just placing the normal bicep line, and I will take it ankled out because the sleeve is like a bishop sleeve. So when I'm done creating the arm cuff, okay, I will then go down to the hem of the sleeve, okay, and then make it 1 inch above. So when I'm done creating the arm cuff there, I'll go up with 1 inch at the hem there, and then I'll connect it to meet the sleeve length, and then I'll cut this out. That will be for the upper part of the sleeves. Getting the midpoint, I will then open it up and cut out that 1/2 inch that I created. That will be for the front part, so that you will not have excess, it will not be puffy in front. So that's the essence of cutting out this 1/2 inch, and we leave the 1/2 inch at the back because you need it, in case you want to fold your hand. So for the down part of this, I'm measuring about 18 inches long. That's for the down, the second part of the sleeve, and the height is 4 inches. So I'll then fold it just, just the way I'm doing it now. And I just want to straighten this up. So I'm creating a line there, and that line will take the measurement of my 3/4 sleeve, below the armhole there. I measured it, and I'm using 7 inches. So I add 1 inch as my seam allowance, and for the down part, because I want it a bit tight, I'm using 5 inches, and then add my seam allowance, connect the dot, and then cut it out. When I cut that out, I will open this up, and this is what it looks like. And then I'll make it unfold and use 1/2 inch to sew that part, like so. For the gown, this is so far what I have. So the neck there, I'll be using turtleneck. Again, I have a full tutorial on how to make a turtleneck. In fact, in that video, I gave 2 ways to make a turtleneck, okay? So I'll measure the neck circumference, and whatever I have, that's what I'll be using to make the turtleneck. And there I have about 16.5 inches, and I'll be using this black piece of fabric to make the turtleneck. For the hem of the dress, I'm using that red bias again to turn it. So far, this is what I've sewn the allowances out on the sleeves, and this is the down part of it. Okay, so I'll turn it inside out and make it unfold. So when I make it unfold, I'll take it to the machine and then sew it down. Get your midpoint. I like to work with the midpoint, especially when I'm working with gathers, so I'll be able to spread the gathers evenly. So I'll get the midpoint of this down part of the sleeves, and then I'll take it to the midpoint of the main sleeve. Make sure the seam aligns to the seam and the